And since we're on the train of establishment retardation, might as well stop at the Zohran Mamdani Comic-Con.
Right now, the top 1% earners in the city pay 40% of the city's income taxes, according to the Empire Center for Public Policy. How do you bring these wealthy residents to the table as mayor? Stop them from saying they're leaving, going to Florida, because we need that tax revenue to pay for some of the things you're talking about. How do you pay for it if they're gone?
Well, the first thing I have to say is I was proud to be the only candidate for mayor at that march. And I was proud because some of the chants at that march, they were asking, is the dream alive?
Right.
Is Dr. King's dream still alive? And he asked the question decades ago, what good is having the right to sit at a lunch counter if you can't afford to buy a hamburger?
Right.
That's a question that New Yorkers are still wrestling with today in 2025. And so what I have put forward is a vision to make the most expensive city in the United States of America affordable. At a time when we have the wealthiest city, it is also one where 1 in 4 are living in poverty. And to your point, we have a number of New Yorkers who are doing quite well. The top 1% of New York City earns $1 million or more a year. And my vision is not one where they leave, it is one where they stay. It is
How do you get them to stay?
In part by showing them that asking them to pay more in taxes would increase even their quality of life. Because when you ask New Yorkers, what is it that is making them feel uneasy in this city? You often hear from them about the cleanliness of our city, the safety of our city, the affordability of our city. We are not asking to raise these taxes for the sake of it. We're asking so that we can actually make the slowest buses in the country fast and free, so that we can actually create a Department of Community Safety that would deploy dedicated teams of mental health outreach workers to the top.
The fact that this dude can lie so prolifically should concern everyone, from New York voters to the broader Democrat establishment, because what Zohran Mamdani just did was talk in circles because of a basic question. He was asked how he's going to keep New York's top 1%, who already pay 40% of the city's income taxes, invested in staying when their taxes are already sky high, their quality of life hasn't improved in years, and they're getting very little in return. And instead of answering, he dodged. He said, we'll show them their quality of life will improve. How, dude? He never said how. What's the business plan? What's the accountability mechanism? His selling point is free buses, but the MTA already runs a multi-billion-dollar annual deficit. Hiking taxes on the rich won't even put a dent on that problem, let alone clean the streets, reduce crime, or solve the homelessness. The result isn't going to be a higher quality of life. It's going to be more wealthy people packing up and leaving behind a poorer, emptier city. And then Mamdani tries the most disingenuous dodge of all, claiming people are leaving for California. No, they're not. California has posted some of the worst population declines in the country over the past 5 years, losing hundreds of thousands of residents and large swaths of the middle class. The only reason California's numbers ticked up last year is because of illegal immigration, not because taxpayers are moving in. The reality is when people leave New York, they're heading to states like Florida, Texas, Tennessee, and Arizona, states with lower taxes, more accountability, and better quality of life. That's not an accident. That's a migration pattern. This is the bigger problem, folks. Low IQ ideologues like Mamdani push policies that cannibalize the very foundations of prosperous cities. They don't fix deficits. They don't solve the crime or the filth. They just keep squeezing the productive class until it leaves. And then New York is left as a hollowed-out shell, another wasteland of failed progressive policy. The sad truth is, the liberal base in these cities has a political death wish. They think punishing the wealthy is justice, when all it really does is burn down the house they're standing in. It's entitlement without investment, resentment without responsibility, and it's driving some of America's most iconic cities straight into collapse, all because of envy. These people are envious of the people who are more successful than them, and they decided to burn the entire system down. And so the question isn't just about one politician, one celebrity, or one soundbite. It's about whether we as a people are willing to keep swallowing the stories we're being sold. How long will we let Democrats frame failure as progress, or let culture dress decay up as virtue? How many times can we be told that the very systems hollowing out our lives are the ones that will somehow save us? At some point, each of us has to ask, are we thinking for ourselves, or are we just repeating the slogans handed down by institutions that profit from our compliance? The real test of this moment is whether ordinary Americans still have the courage to see through the noise and to demand more than illusions from those who claim to lead us. Anyway, folks, you tell me what you think in the comments down below. Hope you have a terrific day. Peace.